Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Students, to all of you. This topic is for the class 4th and the name of the topic is soluble and insoluble substances. Students, today we will see what are soluble substances and what are insoluble substances. Students, soluble substances are those substances that dissolve in water completely and make a solution. The examples of soluble substances include sugar, salt, etc. Students, for example, sugar, if you dissolve sugar in a cup of water, sugar dissolves completely and forms a solution, and thus sugar is called as a soluble substance because it dissolves completely in water. Same is the case with salt. The second kind of substances are insoluble substances. Insoluble substances are those substances that do not dissolve completely in water. For example, sand, mud. Why they do not dissolve? Because they are having the molecules of insoluble substances are large in size, so they do not dissolve in water. For example, students, if you put a handful of sand in a mug and then stir it, you will see that it does not form a solution. You will clearly see the sand particles or the mud particles. You will clearly distinguish the solute from the solvent. That is, you will clearly distinguish sand from the water. But if you dissolve sugar in a cup of mug, you can, after stirring that, you cannot differentiate between the solute and the solvent. So that is called as soluble and insoluble substances. Soluble substances dissolve completely in water and form a solution, and insoluble substances do not dissolve completely in water and they do not form a solution. Now students, we will see how gases dissolve in liquids. Students, gases dissolve in liquids and they occupy the spaces in the liquids. Students, animals that are present in the liquids, for example in rivers and in ponds, they use the oxygen in liquids, and plants that are present in waters, in rivers and in oceans, they use the dissolved carbon dioxide. So students, if someone asks you, are gases present in liquids? So the answer is yes, gases are present in liquids, and gases are being used by the animals and the plants that are present in the different water bodies. Now students, we will see change in matter. There are two kinds of change. One is physical change and another is chemical change. We will check out what is a physical change and what is a chemical change. Students, this is an example from your book. I had chosen it from your book that if we chop a carrot, its taste, color and smell do not change, but what changes? Only its shape changes. So any change that results only in the change of shape, but another properties do not change, that is called as a physical change. That is, physical change change only physics of a substance, only appearance of a substance, but another properties does not change. For example, carrot, if we chop it, the taste, color and smell do not change. Only what happens? Only its physics change, and that change is called as physical change. Students, what is a chemical change? Chemical change is a kind of change that results in a new substance, in the formation of a new substance. For example, if you cook an egg, what happens? The overall property of the egg changes. Or if you burn a paper, what happens? It gets converted into ash. So this kind of change in which every property is changed, that's called as a chemical change. Now students, this is a homework for you people, that differentiate between physical and chemical change. You will give the answer in almost 5 steps. Differentiate between physical and chemical change. Thank you.